At Florida State University, sports aren't just games. They're laboratories of innovation. In the heart of FSU's campus, at the Institute of Sports Sciences and Medicine, sports and cutting-edge science have converged as pioneering researchers are using wearable technology to monitor student-athletes' health and performance.
Yeah, so the way we got into wearable technologies came about because we were forced to change and be dynamic and integrate new technologies into what we were doing when COVID hit.
With a research grant from Whoop, the wearable tech company, FSU researchers achieved an unexpected breakthrough.
So our intention was just to track this and figure out what we could find in the data set, particularly around performance, sleep, and female physiology. And then sort of serendipitously, it was COVID time, so Coach Angelis was already looking at the data regularly for health metrics in general, and then she just kept seeing this trend.
Elisa Angelis, Associate Director of Athletics Research and Head of Sports Performance, made the accidental discovery.
She has her athletes wear Whoop bands, which is wearable technology, kind of similar to a Fitbit, and she can monitor the Whoop bands from a distance, so she can track her athletes throughout the season and see how they're recovering and stuff like that.
Riley Barr, a former FSU athlete who ran track and cross country, explained what it was like to use one of these devices.
I put it on when they first gave it to us. You just wear it on your wrist, and you're supposed to just wear it throughout the day. So you're really never supposed to take it off during shower, sleep.
Thanks to Elisa, 33 student athletes were detected with COVID over a 10-month period.
She was essentially spot on with being able to pull these individuals out, isolate them, test them, and within about 3 days, they were testing positive for COVID.
So because of that, she started warning her athletes. She was like, hey, I see your respiratory rate spiking, stay home, don't go near the other girls, get tested in 3 days. And then every single time she did that, they tested positive.
Despite this early success, researchers remained skeptical.
We didn't know if it was indicative of other kind of infections. It could have been flu.
It didn't work every time. So there were cases where someone would get COVID and it didn't show up in the data.
While this technology is slowly being implemented in sports, just how soon it will be available to the average consumer remains to be seen.
So I think wearable technology is going to become very, very commonplace in the next few years, kind of like just having a cell phone wasn't super common 15 years ago, but now everybody has one.
I think it's becoming very mainstream to use something like this to optimize your training levels and your recovery, which I would recommend to everyone, not just athletes, just to live your healthiest life.
113 NCAA Division I athletes from soccer, golf, softball, indoor volleyball, beach volleyball, and tennis took part in the study. What unites these athletes across so many sports? They're all women. But why?
Far fewer trials enroll women historically. We're trying to change that and make sure that we have equal representation so that our recommendations that we make can apply to everybody, men and women.
Researchers at Florida State's ISSM lab don't just try to set an example for student athletes. Sometimes their greatest students can be found right at home.
I'm a family man for sure. That's my #1 job. And I have 2 little daughters. So they're too young now to really play organized sport. But yeah, I think being able to push them in a direction that not only promotes fun and performance, but also health is going to be a big win.
FSU researchers will continue to test the boundaries of technology in order to assist the next generation of athletes for years to come. I'm Julian Prizont, Cado, reporting.